Let us look at linear equations in two variables a little bit more. Now, a straight line, that is linear equation, can be described in more than one way. One of them we have already seen, that is y is equal to mx plus c. And this is called the slope intercept, where m is the slope and c is the y-intercept. The second is point slope form. So y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1. x1, y1 is a known point. This equation gives the equation of the line through the point x1, y1 with a slope of m. And then we have the general form, that is ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. Here a and b are not both 0, because if a is 0, x disappears. If b is equal to 0, y disappears. If both disappear, then we would not have an equation. For a given line, a, b, c are fixed. Now, we can move from one form to another by simple algebraic steps. The equation changes its form, but it still represents the same straight line. So let us take one linear equation in the general form and let's convert. So converting to slope intercept form. So we want it in the form y is equal to mx plus c. I'm sure you can figure out yourself how to do that. So 4x minus 3y plus 5 equal to 0. We want y on the left hand side. So minus 3y is equal to minus 4x minus 5. We want the minus to disappear in the left hand side. So multiply both sides by minus 1, which gives us 3y is equal to 4x plus 5. And y is equal to 4x by 3 plus 5 by 3. This is the slope intercept form where m is equal to 4 by 3 and c is equal to 5 by 3. Let us convert the same linear equation in general form to point slope form. Now to convert it into point slope form, we need a point and the slope. Either these two are given or we can find them. To find them, we take two values of x and evaluate y. Using these 2 points, we can find the slope. So always, whenever you are taking some values of x, take simple ones so that calculations become easy. So let's say x equal to 1. So substituting, we get 4 times 1 minus 3 times y plus 5 equal to 0. So 4 plus 5 equal to 9. Take it to the other side, minus 9. So minus 3y is equal to minus 9, which is y is equal to minus 9 by minus 3. That is y is equal to 3. So we have a point 1, 3. Now to determine the slope, we need another point on the line. So take x equal to 0. So 4 disappears. Minus 3y plus 5 equal to 0. Minus 3y equal to minus 5. Y is equal to minus 5 by minus 3, which is y is equal to 5 by 3. So the second point is 0, 5 by 3. The slope, because we found these 2 points to figure out the slope. So slope is change in y by change in x. So change in y is what? Take the y's and do the subtraction. It doesn't matter whether you do 3 minus 5 by 3 or 5 by 3 minus 3. So 3 minus 5 by 3 divided by 1 minus 0. Of course, if you do 3 minus 5 by 3, you should do 1 minus 0. If you do 5 by 3 minus 3, you have to do 0 minus 1. Now simplifying this, we get 3 3 is 9 minus 5 divided by 3 divided by 1. So that 1 we can ignore and we have 9 minus 5 by 3, which is equal to 4 by 3. So the slope is 4 by 3. So our equation in point slope form becomes y minus y1 Now for x1, y1, we can take any one of these 2 points. So let's say y1 is 3 is equal to 4 by 3 times x minus 1 using this formula. So we have found the point slope form for the same line. So now let's take this point slope form we just found and go in the reverse direction. So y minus 3 is equal to 4 by 3 times x minus 1. 3 we take it to the other side. Here it is division. So here it becomes multiplication. 3 times y minus 3 times 3. So 3y minus 9 is equal to 4 times x minus 1. 3y minus 9 is equal to 4x minus 4. 3y minus 4x minus 9 plus 4 is minus 5 equal to 0. Now the x, we are going to bring it to the front, but that is negative. So it should be positive. Ideally, the first term should be positive. So let's multiply both sides by minus 1. We get minus 3y plus 4x plus 5 is equal to 0. Rearranging, we get 4x minus 3y plus 5 equal to 0, which was the general form. Now, in y is equal to mx plus c, for a fixed c, changing m rotates the line about the point 0, c. 0, c is nothing but the y intercept. So let's actually draw this and see. And let's draw the line. Y intercept is somewhere near 4. So now I'm going to change m continuously. So do you notice it is rotating about the point 0, c, that is the y intercept. Now, another aspect is in y is equal to mx plus c, for a fixed m, changing c shifts the line up or down without changing its slope. So I'm going to change c continuously. So do you notice the line is going up or down? Basically, its y-intercept is changing. A line represented by y is equal to mx plus c extends infinitely in both directions. Therefore, its domain is x in the real numbers or all real numbers. So we have a line f of x equal to 2x minus 5 or y is equal to 2x minus 5. It is, the domain here is all real numbers. Let's mark 2 points. Let's join these 2 points. Let's mark a ray and let's mark a ray here. So with respect to this, what is happening here? If we have a line, its domain is all real numbers. If we talk of a ray, then its domain gets restricted. Here, x is greater than or equal to 4. So that means all real numbers greater than or equal to 4. Similarly, here, again, the domain gets restricted for a ray. And of course, for a line segment, it gets restricted on both sides. So x is between 2 and 4, where 2 and 4 are also included. So you have seen a line is given by y is equal to mx plus c or any other form, and line segment and rays are nothing but domain restricted lines. Now, interestingly, the rise and run form the two perpendicular sides of a right angled triangle. So let's see what this means. So we have, let's take a point A, let's take a point B, let's draw a run, and let's draw the rise. So the intersection point is C. And we have the angle made by the line, that is the hypotenuse, and the run. This is a right angle triangle, and this is angle theta. So, slope we know is rise by run, which is change in y divided by change in x, which is equal to, if you look at this right angle triangle, then with respect to angle theta, change in y is rise, that is opposite to theta, and we have run, that is adjacent to theta, and opposite divided by adjacent sides of a right angle triangle is defined as tan theta. So slope of a line can be found by drawing a right angle triangle where the line is, a part of the line is the hypotenuse, and figuring out tan theta. If theta is given, it is very straightforward to figure out the slope. So that were some interesting facts related to linear equation in two variables. That's it for now. Bye.